You're very welcome along to the Star Zoom Room. It's Bill Esdaile who's with us in the house today, the City AM racing editor. We have the SDS, Silvestre De Sousa. We don't have Luke Tarr. He's been away in sunny or otherwise Cornwall. He's actually been giving out about the weather a little bit, but we can all attest to that. So Johnny Ward in the house today. How are we, lads?
Yeah, all good. All good.
How are you, Silvestre?
I'm very well, thank you, yes.
I was hoping to have a big chat with you today about your life, but then I see you have 9 rides on one card, which gets me to think, in a 10 race card, what is your agent actually doing when he's not got you booked for 10 rides?
Well, I don't know, but it looks like I'm going to have my hands full, but I'm going to have time for a cup of tea anyway in between.
That's a busy day. How hard is that for a jockey to ride 9 hours in one day?
Well, it's you have to be fit first of all, and you have to please a lot of people, but it's my day job, so it's nice when you go to the race and you have a full card in the day, So as a listener, we could walk out the day with a couple of winners, or you could walk out with a couple of seconds.
Yeah, well, we'll hope that there'll be a few winners for you, because we'll have your selections as well. You obviously have Silvestre's blog on the Star Sports website. Going to mention the Pip that the post promotion. If you're beating a neck or less in the ITV races, up to 100 quid, we give you money back. And 08000 521 321 is the number for Star Sports. And lane owners to win up to 10 grand as well in the morning on all horses. So lots of good promotions from Star Sports. Let's get straight into the King George, and I'm going to start with you on this one, Silvestre. Enable 8-15, Japan 3-1 under Ryan Moore, Anthony Van Dyke, Oisin Murphy 10-1, and Sovereign 11-1 with Star Sports under Will Buick. Now, Silvestre, you're Frankie Dettori for a minute. What are you thinking going into this race? If you think back what Aidan O'Brien used to do, try to beat Seed the Stars but failed, throw a lot of his team at the one horse. Sometimes you're playing the man, not the ball, maybe. Are you worried when you're Frankie here? Are you thinking I'm on the best horse, she wins?
Oh, of course, yeah. No, and, not always the best horse win, especially in a big day. And when you're against Ballydoyle, they're very tactical, they're very tactical, especially in the big races. And I think Frankie have to be aware every minute and, during the race. Obviously, Ballydoyle got 3 in and is a small field, but, could be very tactical. Could be one going to the front, or you steady him up and, and probably Nabel doesn't want that. I know she got a great turn of foot, but when she has things in her way, and I think it's going to be a very interesting race. They're going to be a tactical race, and they're going to keep her wide, and it will be a very interesting race to watch.
From listening to you, you think the way she might get beaten is that if it's run at a particularly sort of tactical pace that might do her for speed.
I think Japan,
Right.
Japan, they might change the tactics on him, and I think he's the horse on form, and I think they want him to win the King George, I guess, and Ryan doesn't say a lot, but even in his interview, but I think he's the one could give Nabel a shock.
Is he a good lad, Ryan? Is he?
Oh, he's brilliant. Yeah, he keep himself for himself, but he's a top man.
I'm a massive fan of him. Let's get over to Bill. Bill, 3 runners against her. The fact that you've 3 jockeys that are not necessarily, apart from Ryan, associated all the time with Ballydoyle, they have to get used to some sort of tactical plan to beat her. I've been talking to you just pre-show about this. You're always a little bit worried if you're too worked up about what you have to beat rather than actually win the race itself.
Yeah, it's a muddling race. Only the 4. I said to you before, I was convinced that Sovereign was going to make the running and be the kind of pace angle up front, and there was there's always a chance that we could have like the Derby again with him nicking it from the front. But the more I think about it, the more I'm convinced that they might all come out the stalls and slam the brakes on and let Enable try and make it.
This is a big call from the Elsdale now.
Yeah, I've just got a feeling that the obvious thing to do is for Sovereign to go quick, Enable to come in, shuffle, sit second, Japan and Anthony Van Dyke out the back. But they're playing to her strengths if they do that. And I've just got a feeling that Sovereign's presence might be a red herring. I wanted to tip Sovereign in the paper this morning, but I wasn't brave enough and actually went for Japan in the end. because I'm convinced that they might unsettle Enable by making her make the running. In essence, why not? Everyone expecting Ballydoyle to do all the hard work. You know, John Goss has gone on record this week saying that they lost in France because she committed too soon. And, you know, the perfect thing to do is to break out the stalls and make it an absolute crawl and turn it into a sprint and try and unsettle her. That would be my view. I agree with Silva. I think Japan is the big danger to Enable. I've tipped Japan in the paper because I think he's been brought to the boil for this. You know, when we did Star TV earlier in the week, I mentioned the fact that the market told you Japan wasn't ready at Ascot. Mm-hmm. The market told you he wasn't ready at Sandown. I think this has been the plan. Sil touched on it, saying that they want to win the King George with Japan. For me, Enable's the obvious winner, but she's lost her a bit of invincibility. She's beaten in the Arc. She was beaten at Sandown. They said she wasn't wound up for Sandown, but they said that last year and she won. I just think she's more vulnerable than the market says she is, and I would far rather be with Japan at 100 to 30 than I would Enable at 8.15.
On that, Bill, on that, Sil, do you think she has lost any of her kind of reputation in the sense that she was beaten the last twice?
Well, I think she got a very kind ride last time, and
that's a nice way of putting it.
You know, and I think she got a kind ride, and I think she's a lazy filly. So I thought they should have got stuck into her a bit more to make her a bit aggressive for this time, you know. But like they would say, it's Moorfield going to be tactical. They might just say, Frank, you have to sit down the back, let one go in front, Ryan sit second. They steadying up the pace and they pick them up, and I think she's going to come too late.
Sil said about the kind ride. I think in the back of their mind, they realised last year they had too many hard races with her ahead of the Arc. And I was very conscious that like Sil said, that they were light on her at Sandown. And, you know, they want to win that third Arc with her. And that's her plan. You know, this is the King George, but, you know, the massive target for the season is the Arc. And Sil touched on it about saying they want to win the King George. I think this is Japan's big target for the season.
Yeah.
And that's why I think he is the value against Enable, in that one is building towards the Arc. The other is built towards this.
I wouldn't disagree there. Briefly, Bill, anything else in the card?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great card at Ascot. The 225, the Mo Chandon International Stakes. I think I mentioned Spanish City earlier in the week. Still keen on him. I think he'll run really well. Ray Dawson booked for the ride on Roger Varian's horse. Third in the Wokium. Just loves Ascot. Form in this race. Career high mark of 99 makes it tougher. But I think at around 16 to 1, I think he'll run well. I've gone for one in the paper at a big price. I've gone for Mick Appleby's Casbah each way, pushing towards 33 to 1. He was 9th in the Bunbury Cup. That wouldn't be good enough on form, but he did too much too soon. He hit the front far too early in that race, and actually ridden with a bit more restraint. He's better judged on his third at Newmarket, and I'd just take those two. The obvious winner is the market leader there, Blue Mist. He's 4 to 1 favourite, got a massive chance, but doesn't win too often. So I take a chance on those two. And then the only other one to look out for is in the 3 o'clock, the Nifty 50 handicap. There's the short price favourite here, Saar for Frankie, you know, Gosden connection again. Looked very good last time. I'm going to take him on. I'm going to take on Johan, the second favourite. I'm going to go for a horse here, Great Ambassador. I mentioned him earlier in the week. Rafe Beckett, Harry Bentley. He reappeared in the Britannia and was 7th, but wasn't beaten far on ground that was too soft. And actually, he's still well handicapped in the kind of high 80s. I think he's a talented horse, and I think around 6-7 to 1 he would do for me.
Over at York, I'm not even sure what the multiple is called if you want to put 9 horses into a bet, but Silvestre has 9 rides, and obviously the main one is in the York Stakes, and that's going to be a fascinating betting heat as well. Fox Chairman, Silvestre, what sort of chance?
Well, I really like the horse from day one, and
the son of the brilliant Kingman.
Yes, and you know when he won his first race, it was impressive, and he came out won a listed race. This year he finished a good third at Sandown. Looks like he was going to finish down the back, and he stayed on quite well in the finish again. I think he could be in the right race. You know, obviously, like you know. And the paper looks like quite a hot race, and then I think we are about 15 to 2 there. But I give his chance in the race, you know, and I wouldn't swap the ride, you know.
Tactical race at Sandown last time, Sil. Was it kind of Was he just caught by that when the pace slowed and then they quickened again? He kind of caught flat-footed a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, he did got a little bit caught by flat foot, and he was a bit heavy. And I think now his horse is about 15 pounds lighter than the time he run, you know. And that's what's happened. Like, you know, they went quick, they steadied him up around the bend, and they quicken again, and didn't suit him. He took a while to get to the top gear, you know. When he got to the top gear, the race was over. So, but you know, it's plenty front runners in this race. Like, you know, the Telescopter is, you know, he likes to be there about, and so Mark Johnson as well. So, you know, and you know, I think is the race for him is this one. You know,
check out starsports.bet.co.uk for the blog to check out what the other fancies are for the card for Silvestre. But Silvestre, briefly, of your other 8, what do you like? I see you're riding a Teofilo bred as well early in the card.
Yes, and you know, got a chance. You know, got a chance. I got other rides as well, but probably Fox Chairman will be one of my best ones. You know, for the day.
What's your second best?
My second best ride will be Bay of Whistle for Richard Hanna. I think he got a massive chance, you know, finished a good second last time out. When you look at the form, you know, she has every chance in this race. So I know it's a big field, but, you know, she deserves to be there.
Yeah, it was a hot race. It was a hot race, that race at Newbury. She was second in. She's definitely got a good chance in a race like this.
Yeah, the way she run up there, like, you think she come with a race like this with a massive chance.
Anything else at York for you, Bill?
No, I mean, obviously, I wish Silv the best of luck with Fox Chairman. I think it's a massive arse beating Elacam. I mean, Elacam is a really good horse at York, but there you are, nice Elacam Fox Chairman forecast. There you go in the Sky Bet York chase.
Well, that'll be just lovely. To mention briefly, just Ireland at the weekend. Magical, of course, obviously, it's unfortunate she doesn't run against Enable. I think that would have made it a better race. She looks a hot favourite. I'm thinking about 4-9 in the Talisman's Gold Cup at 2:55. 3:05 at Gore. Never forgotten. Very interesting horse tomorrow. I think that's it, guys. Enjoy the weekend.
And good luck, Silv. I think you'll have a good sleep in the car on the way home from York.
I know, I will. I hope so.
Just the 9 rides today.
No, will be, you know, after in the way home, definitely need to sleep after the 9 rides, you know. So,
thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great, thanks.